the thought is to locate the Allman Brothers gravesite. I wanted to show you the entrance and exit of the cemetery. There's a lot of historic graves out here. And when I have more time, I'll spend more time out here while I'm visiting. This is where some of my family lives. Got some very, very old graves and fabulous stonework. So let's see if we can find the Allman Brothers.
I hope you enjoyed that little bit of footage of Rosehill Cemetery. I hope that if you make your way down to Macon, that you will go check it out. It's an amazing place. It's huge, with a lot of beautiful graves and headstone work. So as I head down to the actual grave site, I will give you a brief history and show a few pics of the Allman Brothers Band. Greg Allman and Dwayne Allman founded the Allman Brothers Band in 1969. Greg Allman was born December the 8th, 1947, and passed away May 27th of 2017. Dwayne Allman, aka Skydog, was born November the 20th, 1946, and he would pass away October the 29th, 1971, at the age of 24. Dwayne was killed in a motorcycle crash in Macon, Georgia. There was also Barry Oakley. Barry was born April the 4th, 1948, and passed away November the 11th, 1972. Ironically, Barry died almost 1 year to the day of Dwayne in a motorcycle accident just 3 blocks from where Dwayne had his accident. Now Butch Trucks, he was a drummer in the band. He was born May the 11th, 1947, and he passed away January the 24th of 2017. He was one of the founding members. Butch had a long music career, but sadly would pass away by a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head at the age of 69. Reports state that this was years after financial strife. And Greg was married several times, but most notably to Cher from 1975 to 1978, in which they shared a son, Elijah Blue. Elijah is also a musician in his own right. Cher attended Greg's funeral. One of the 2 surviving members of the band is John Lee Johnson, aka J-Mo. He is a drummer and a percussionist. Actually, they had 2 drummers, J-Mo and Butch. Yes, 2 drummers. The 2 drummers who became one giant drummer. And they played differently, but they were very in sync, and it worked. Dickie Betts is the other surviving member. He played guitar, offered vocals, and played the dobro. Betts is also a Grammy Award-winning artist. He assumed lead guitar duties following Dwayne's death. Now, when you visit Macon, Georgia, you must visit Rosehill Cemetery. And also, you should visit the Mushroom House. That's what us Maconites like to call it. It is the Allman Brothers Museum. We call it the Mushroom House because there's ceramic mushrooms all over the outside, and it's very cool. There's a lot to see in the museum, so go check it out. There's also Capricorn Records. That is where they recorded their albums, and it was shut down for a long time. It was like you would just ride by and not even realize it was still sitting there. But it has been revamped, modernized, and if you are a music enthusiast and find yourself in Macon, Georgia, go check out Capricorn Records. Also, H&H Cafeteria. That is a Macon staple for some fabulous soul food. Now, the Allman Brothers used to go there all the time, and Mama Louise would make sure that they ate whether they had money or not. Oprah has eaten there too. There's lots of memorabilia all over the walls and definitely worth the visit. Now, I will show you my footage of the grave site. Oh, a side note, my uncle proposed to my aunt at this very site. Please excuse the wind and heavy breathing in my footage. My breathing and allergies act up every time I go back to Macon. So I hope you guys will like the video, and I hope you have enjoyed my trip back home. All right, guys, so we have found the gravesite, and up first we have this is Greg. You know, Greg was married to Cher. And I'll give you a little history about the Allman Brothers and everything in my actual video. But I wanted to show you real footage of the gravesite here at Rosehill Cemetery in Macon, Georgia. Macon, Georgia is where Greg and Dwayne are from. They had hit songs like Ramblin' Man and Midnight Rider, Sweet Melissa. Okay. I'm gonna show this grave, and then I'll tell a little bit about Butch in the video as well. Now, Greg, he recently died. He passed away in 2017. So that's why his looks more, you know, newer than Dwayne's. Here's Dwayne's. And Dwayne passed away in a motorcycle accident in 1971. And they have this all gated up so no one can actually come in. But what would happen is they would come down here to the cemetery, and they would play music, write songs. And there's actually, they grew up on a house not too far from here. If I can get over there, I'll show you a few clips of it. It's now the Allman Brothers Museum. Let's see, and that's Barry Oakley, and he'll be some parts about Barry will be, or BO will be included in the video. But again, just showing you guys some live actual footage of the cemetery. And again, if you're ever in Macon, Georgia, come out and check this out. Not only the Allman Brothers gravesite, but other graves here as well. They have a soldier cemetery, and there is a Jewish section of the cemetery that is beautiful. It's huge. So, and it's a little windy here. You may hear the wind within the video. I apologize for that, but I cannot control the weather. So, but anyway, yes, it's all gated off, but you can still get a very good look at everything here. Somebody left a wreath here. Rest in peace, Skydog.
So yeah, a very important part of American music history right here, ladies and gentlemen. So again, if you are ever in Macon, Georgia, make sure to check out Rosehill Cemetery. I can't leave any trinkets or anything because it's locked up, but just rest in peace, guys. And amazing music, amazing songwriters, and you know, you're truly missed. All right, well, that is all I've got for the actual grave site portion of the video. So I'll take you back to the documentary now.
I also want to add that the Allman Brothers Band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995.